Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Tampa Bay Lightning Be a GM. We're getting ready for the trade deadline. We already made our big trade, picking up that sniper, Matthias, whatever his nuts is. I can't remember exactly. Matthias something. And he'll be playing that right wing alongside of Mark Scheifele as well as Reed Boucher. So they're going to really help us in goals towards the towards the playoffs here, and expect us to score a lot here and towards the end. 3-1 win right there. Kyle Chipchura was waived. Let's take a look at Chipchura, 36 years old, 77 overall grinder. You know what? I'm going to take him, and I'm going to see if I can't trade him at the deadline. Sure, I don't really care. He doesn't even have to play. I don't really care at all. All right, so Boucher got a goal there. Marlowe's on his 48th assist. Trading block, I'm going to put best. We'll put surplus. Players in the block. We got all these first-round picks, 3 first-round picks this year. Are all on the block. Whether I'll trade them, I seriously doubt it. I want to get to the trade deadline, and we're going to move Kyle Chipchura. That'll probably be like the only move that we make. There's a 4-3 win right there. Let's go to trade negotiations. All right, so let's see if we got any. We have one from Vancouver, so let's go pop over to this. They want Jason Garrison for a first. Jason Garrison, no, not anymore at 83 overall for our first. Chicago's first. Yeah, no, look at the value. We're even giving up more than that. I'd want a pick back from them as well. And they don't want to give up anybody, so I mean, if we could pick up, let's see, is there anybody they'd want to get rid of that has potential? Gauthier Leduc. He's 24 years old, 82 overall, offensive defenseman, 4 stars. He's going to get up there. I mean, look how fast he is. 94 acceleration, 95 agility, 94 balance, 92 body checking. This guy's a beast. If they would give up Gauthier Leduc, oops, not Woods, Gauthier Leduc for that first, that would be worth the trade. At 1.5, how much cap space would we need? And then we could actually move our boy down to the minors. There's no need for us to hold on to what's his name? Look at all these top players we have. These are all the by potential. These are players by potential. Let's go by value. Hold on. There we go. By value. Where's that team? We'll go by defense. There we go. Sutton would be the one we move down. He's 80 overall, though. He's up there now as a defensive defenseman, and he brings that defensive awareness that we don't get in the other guy. What's his defensive awareness at? 84, yeah, and great offensive awareness. I would trade the first for him, and he could play. He could either sit or play. He'd probably play because of his offensive prowess, but yeah, I'd make that trade. I'd make the first for Gauthier Leduc. Would that go through? No, it wouldn't go through. No, I'm not going to make that trade then. All right, so let's try and get rid of Garrison. Or, who the hell did we pick up here? He's 77 overall, so we'll go by overall. And then we'll just go down to that. Who was it? Chipchura, right? Kyle Chipchura. There he is. And he would go to Anaheim. We have a good relationship with them. Would they go for a third? I think. Kyle Chipchura for a third. And that will go. All right, so there you go. Now let's see if there's anybody else we can pick up that might be tradable. Or get rid of that might be tradable that has no potential. That other teams might want. Let's see here. Kreisberg, no. Well, you know, would anybody want Chris Rydberg? Pardon me. He's 3.5 yellow stars. He's not going to be anything more than a depth AHLer. Does anybody want him? Probably not. No, not going to happen. If you look at this guy, Trojanovic. He's 2.5 yellow star enforcer. I'm going to throw him on there instead of Chris Rydberg. And Philadelphia would take him for a pick. Nothing but depth. Does anybody else want him? Nashville? Would they give up? No, nothing more than a 4th. There was another one here. Minnesota. Nothing more than a 4th. I guess I could try... Oh, hold on. Carolina. Nothing more than a 4th. Buffalo. Nothing more than a 4th. And that's probably going to be the case across the board with this guy. Is that the only teams that want him would give up a 4th. So let's do Trojanovic for a 4th. Let's see if we can get it. No, not going to happen. All right, that's good enough. We don't need to make any more trades. The big deal is just getting rid of Kyle Chipchura, and we get rid of him for a 3rd-round pick when people passed on him. All right, Vancouver's knocking again. Garrison for New Jersey's first. No way. Look at the value difference there. You would have to give us that guy. I'm not giving up that. New Jersey's tanking the year, so I don't want to give that up quite yet. Chicago's first and Minnesota's 3rd for Kyle Quincy, an 83 overall defenseman. No, we don't need that kind of defense right now. I think we're okay going forward. I'll shut those phones down right now. I know they're asking for the first because my team thinks that we should get rid of them, but I like to add prospects to the pool. I don't like to add veterans with my picks. I like to add prospects. Unless I'm actually trading up with another player, that's when I like to do it. Goligoski, no. I'm not looking to add a top 6. I am definitely not looking to add a top 6. Alright, we should have probably adjusted our trading block to what we want it to be and not what the coach or GM thinks, or whatever auto GM thinks we should be trading. And Nashville's the last trade. What do they want? Goligoski again. They would want this and the first. Are you out of your minds? That's not even close in fair value. Give me Seth Jones. Yeah, no. So screw you. If you gave it to me, then yeah, that'd be a good deal. So get out of here. Alright, so that's the end of the trade deadline. We're actually going to be able to claim some people. TJ Brennan. No. Joe Vitale. No. Paul Ranger. No, he's too old now. Paul Bissonnette. We're going to say no to that. And Kenny Ryan. No. Absolutely not. Obviously, anybody that's got a photo at this point is going to be all maxed out. So we're looking for people without photos. So let's go to the end of the month here. Now that we're through the trade deadline, we got rid of Kyle Chipchura, who we picked up off waivers. I'm sure that doesn't help our what do you call it, rep any, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. Chicago up next, 33, 24, and 5. They got Jonathan Toews leading the way for them. However, our numbers are much better, and there's a 7-1 win in that game, so I'm thinking that our goal scorers are getting things done. Here's Detroit. They're 28, 28, and 8. They're a team we can beat for sure. Oh, and we lose 3-2. That was in regulation, I believe. Reed Boucher continues to lead, and another loss, 4-1 loss to the Boston Bruins. All right, Toronto Maple Leafs up next, followed by Washington. Let's hope we can turn this around. That was only 2 losses in a row. We can handle that. We can win some games here and get right back in it. There's a 6-3 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Washington up next. They're 39, 23, and 6. Something definitely we can handle. That's that Christo guy. And a loss. 4-2 loss. Okay, I'm stopping the sim. That's too many losses in a short period of time. Let's go to the 31st. We got Columbus, then the New York Rangers, then the Carolina Hurricanes. A 5-3 loss to Columbus. What is going on? New York, they're a weak team. They should be a team we're beat. Yes, 5-2. Thank you. All right, Carolina now. Not doing a very good push after the trade deadline. That seems to happen to us when we don't make a big move in the trade deadline. Our team seems to lose, but there's a 3-1 win. Boucher's close to that 40th goal now. Only 1 off. He can do it. And there's a 2-1 win. Oh, Boucher doesn't come up with that goal. Marleau still at he's at 57 assists, which is nothing to shy away from. Here's Washington, a 2-1 win. Boucher, Drouin's up there now at 39 goals. So we're gonna have 2 more than 40 goal scorers this year for sure. Oh, and a 6-2 loss to the New York Islanders. That is not good enough to win games. You guys need to put up more than 2 goals, and we need enough to stop more than 2, please. All right, here's Philly. Come on. And a 7-2 win, and Drouin gets a couple goals, and he's into 40 now. He's not going to get to 50. He might get to 45. Scout assignment. Let's take a look here. Oh, no, I want to go by, yeah, top. There we go. Top 10 in the United States. Where else? We were looking at the WHL forwards. There are a number of first-rounders here. And a couple of top 10s. Now, were there any top 5s emerging? Did that show up yet? I don't recall anymore. We'll just take a quick peek through the numbers here. There is a top 5 there in Finland. And Russia has a number of top 10s, not top 5s. And then we've got this guy. I want to find out more about him, so I'm going to spend another 2 weeks here. Because there's only 1 player, so they don't even need to scout that much. But that's the first time I've ever seen a player in the rest of the world, somewhere else in the world, actually being a top prospect. There's a 4-1 win over the New York Rangers. And then Ottawa up next, the last one of the month here. We'll probably finish, yeah, 6-2 win right there. Drouin's at 42 goals, Marleau at 60 assists. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games left. I'm just going to sim to the end. It's pretty much a no-brainer that we're going to make the playoffs. It's just where do we stand in the, where do we remain in the standings? I should check that. After the Toronto game, I'll check. 5-3 loss to the Montreal Canadiens. Here's Toronto now. They're 500. We should be able to beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. Should be able to. I say should. And 3-2 loss, and that one comes in regulation. So that's a tough pill to swallow right there. All right. So it looks like in team standings we're at 100. We're 6 points off of Colorado, so we can do it. We've got 4 games left, but we pretty much need Colorado to lose all their games, and we need to win all of our games in order to overtake them, because the max we can get is 108. All right, here's Ottawa. Let's beat Ottawa. I'm going to go a game at a time and see if we can't do this. No, that is not going to happen. So I'll just sim to the end here. With 3 games left, the most we can get is 106. Come on, beat Montreal, guys. I'd like to get to at least 50 wins. At least 50 wins. That's 2 of the last 3. There's a 6-1 win over the Montreal Canadiens, and then Toronto again, who we lost to last time, but I feel like we can really beat. Come on. Come on, guys. They're just above 500. They're a team we can beat. Let's go. And a 1-0 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Very good. And then finally, we're going to have the Florida Panthers. Let's go scout assignment. Let's see what it tells us about that guy. And he's a forward. Rest of world. Here you are. So he's only 3.5 green stars now. He's not as much as we thought. Is there anybody out there that's considered top 5? There was that guy in Finland. Let's take a look at Finland here quickly. Is he still up there? Yeah, he's still considered top 5. But they did say this would be a weak year. So let's scout the WHL again. I want to go for another month, find out more about those depth players that we're going to be selecting, because we got a number of top picks. So hopefully we make the right decision. And we're going to sim through here past Florida, and I want to check to see where Chicago and also where New Jersey finished on the... Whoa, 6-0 win, and Druin finishes with 45 goals on the year. We'll take a quick look through the short stats here. Phaneuf finishes 4th place with a 2.21 goals against average. He is not up there for save percentage. Now, that could be because he's at a 9.22, which is still a very good number, but just not where you want to be. You see Jonathan Quick in there at a 9.24 for Edmonton. He's done really well for them. Wins, Storm Phaneuf has number 1, 43 wins. It means that our backup goalie only had 8, and that includes Farrell, who had 4, and then when we put in Tristan Jerry, he had 4 as well. Kucherov finished the year number 1 with points at 95. You see that actually Scheifele finished with 85 points. He's the highest on our team, playing the second line. So he's really benefiting from playing with those 2 snipers of whatever his name is, Matthias Ottoson and Reed Boucher. If we look at the goals for, look at that. We have 3 goal scorers in the top one, and we have 2 assist getters, Scheifele and Marlowe, both up there, number 2 and number 3. And then for the goal scorers, like I said, Druin's at 45, so Dauphin gets that. Boucher at 42, and then you see Ottoson pulling up the rear at 35 goals in 8th place. That's really good. We finished at 106 points. We are 2nd in the NHL, only behind the Colorado Avalanche, so a very good result. Let's take a look quick at the stats. We'll do the season wrap-up here. Team standings. So 2nd in the entire league, like we mentioned, just 2 points above San Jose, 5 points back from Colorado, so they're the team to beat. Goals for per game, number 1 in the league, 3.21. With all those elite snipers on our team, those 3 guys in general, they're going to get the job done every game, and they certainly did throughout the year. Goals against per game, we dropped to 7th, so we did see a little bit of a drop-off. You see Colorado up there at 2.24. You can see why they actually ended up winning the President's Trophy this year. Our power play percentage was not great, but not bad at 9th place, 18.8. I like to see around 20%, puts us in the top 5. That is considered an elite power play, and that's what I want to achieve. Our penalty kill is very weak, 79.2%. We might need to address that going into the playoffs here. We did trade away Darnell Nurse, so there is the possibility that, you know, our penalty kill just is not as strong anymore. So we'll probably do a best lines thing and then tweak things around. Pardon me. Let's go to player stats. Just going to take a drink of water. Okay, come on, player stats. Let's load here already. Okay, player stats. So, points, you see that Scheifele and Marlowe both had really good years, especially Stanley Marlowe. At 83 points, that's more than double what he achieved last year. He's playing that top line, so he's getting a lot of minutes, and he should be producing, so it's good to see there. Jonathan Druin only had 78 points this year. That's actually the lowest he's ever put up, but he still put up reasonably high goals. 45 goals, that's good for him. Not as good as last year, obviously, at 55, but probably nothing will be. I mean, we may be lucky to see Druin get to 100 points. Pardon me, just because he isn't too much of a playmaker. He's got great passing and great puck control, and he has the tools, but he's a finisher, and goal scorers usually don't get to 100 points. Connor McDavid, he's 89 overall. He may be a tradable asset next year. I know we picked him up to play that top line, but we've got also Boucher in there, so it's hard to say what we're going to do. Sorry, Ottoson in there, who's 90 overall. Boucher finished with 68 points. 42 of those were goals, so that's a really good number for him. That's what you want from a second-line player. And then Ottoson, he had 62 points, 35 of those were goals, and Ottoson stands to be an elite player, might even win Rookie of the Year. What I really like about Matthias Ottoson, too, is his body checking at 91. He's got okay strength, but he can still lay the body, which is nice, and his wrist shot power and accuracy are going to probably be at 99 by the beginning of next year. Justin Schultz at 39 points. Not as good as last year, but better than the year before and the year before that, so he had a really good year. Aaron Ekblad with 36 points, playing the top pairing. You'd expect a little bit more, but plus minus of 4, kept his penalty minutes reasonably low. He did a pretty good job. Anthony DeAngelo, 32 points. Very good number for Anthony DeAngelo. You see that 14 goals. That's incredible for a defenseman. He may actually have led the league in defensive goals. Kyle Pettit playing that third line, getting no power play time whatsoever. He's getting 30 points in contrast to 2018-19 when he actually played on the power play, I believe. Or was he with a different team? This might be his only third season with us. So these 3 years were with us. But that's pretty good for a third line player, not getting much time on anything else but the the penalty kill and other just regular minutes. Matt Dumba. He didn't play the whole year with us, obviously, but this is only his second NHL season. 29 points, that is an increase, but more importantly, that plus-minus at +8, that means he's actually starting to do something productive for the team. Dougie Hamilton, only 27 points this year. So he's been dropping. You see, he went up and then down again. Expect him to have a big year next year. Adam Ernie, 21 points for him. That's one of his better years. You'll always expect Adam Ernie to be in and around 20 points. Greg Chase, 16 points in his NHL debut. Not bad. A -4 playing the fourth line. You really can't expect too much from him. 12 penalty minutes, so he stayed disciplined, which is nice. Brady Brassard, who actually jumped up and ended up playing for us when we just signed him to play. And he got 15 points, -7. That fourth line really was not as effective as it could have been. Greg Cashman, though, you see, 15-point scoring grinder. 49 penalty minutes, which is pretty good discipline for a grinder. He's got 71 discipline, so he should be able to. And he's a penalty kill machine. So the fact that he finished with a +1 is pretty good. Dwight King, he finished with 14 points in 82 games, a -4. Obviously, playing that fourth line, Dwight King's not going to bring the same thunder as some of these other guys. And then pulling up the pack is Preston Sutton, who actually finished with a +12, playing on that third pairing. That's a good year for Preston Sutton. I'm happy for him. He's probably going to be about an 81, 82 overall max, so I'd like to see Preston Sutton getting some time, getting some minutes, and getting a result like that. Goalies, we'll pop over to goalies to take a look at them quickly. So obviously Storm Phaneuf played the majority of the year. Finished at 2.21 goals against average. We knew that. The save percentage at 9.219. That is a good number. As long as you're over 9.2 as a goalie, I am very happy with that. Storm Phaneuf is going to max out over the season, so he might be an 88. Maybe, but we have the nice thing is if we don't like Storm Phaneuf and we want to move him, we have other assets that we could upgrade our goaltending to basically the best in the league. We have that ability for us, and Tristan Jarry did pretty well jumping in there with a 9.39 save percentage. He played in 5 games, so he's still considered a rookie. He won 4 of them though, and actually had a shutout, so that's really good for Tristan Jarry for his first NHL game and first NHL portion of a season. He came in well and did well. That's pretty much the season wrap-up, guys. We are going to simulate up here and see who we're going to play in the first round. We're not going to get the first round. Oh, it's going to be the New Jersey Devils. That's what we were supposed to check, is where New Jersey finished and where Chicago finished. So I just want to take a look at that really quick. Team standings, because those are the picks we have. So you see, scroll down here. So Chicago and New Jersey are both in the playoffs. So it'd be nice to eliminate New Jersey here. That ensures us a pick, in the middle of the pack at about 16, 17 or so. And then Chicago, they're lower in the standings as well. Actually, I don't even know who they're going to be playing in the playoffs, so take a look. Hopefully, they'll be playing Colorado. That would be really nice if they end up playing Colorado. They're playing San Jose in the first round, so that's okay. But I'd like to see San Jose beat them. I hope they can. I mean, they have Kucherov there, so they should be able to wipe them out. Let's take a look at our lines really quickly. I want to get that set up. Edit lines. We'll go to best lines. Alright, so they've got Jonathan Drouin and Stanley Marlowe playing that top line. Should we do it like this? Put Drouin on the wing of McDavid and Marlowe? Okay, and then Addison, Boucher. That's how they want it. We'll give this a shot. Addison, is he a left-handed shooter? He's a right. Okay. And Reed Boucher is a lefty. So let's get them on their off wings. And then they've got that playmaker and Scheifele dishing the puck between the two of them. Pettit, Ernie, and Cashman. Yep. And then Dwight King, Chase, and Brassard. We'll go to defense. Ekblad and Hamilton, Dumba and Schultz, and then Sutton and DeAngelo. Our power play is going to be made up of Drouin and Addison. We want to switch these guys around because they both are opposite-handed shooters. And you've got Boucher and Marlowe. Let's put it like that. Yep, that's good. And then where is DeAngelo? Okay, what's Dumba's shot like? No, I'm putting DeAngelo in there. I don't know why DeAngelo isn't on there. There you are. He's a good offensive defenseman. So we'll put him on the second unit. And then McDavid and Drouin and Scheifele and Addison. That's good. Dumba and DeAngelo. Okay. Penalty kill. I want to see who our best penalty killer is by defensive awareness. So Cashman is our best penalty killer. Our best penalty killing forward is actually Greg Chase, apparently. But then Pettit is pretty good, so is Connor McDavid. So I think I'm going to have... Hard to say on this one. Okay, Pettit and Chase, that's good. And then Marlowe and Drouin. Were they the best ones? No, I want Cashman in there because he's got the best one. Let's put Doug Cashman out there. Is it Doug Cashman? Yeah, Doug Cashman. We want him playing that wing. And then Marlowe will play that top unit. That'll be good there. Ekblad, Hamilton, Schultz, and Dumba. Pettit and Chase, good as our centers. Our 4-on-4 lines, McDavid, Drouin, Scheifele, Marlowe, and Pettit and Otteson. You know what? Yeah, I guess so. I don't want Pettit. Oh, goddamn, that's a hard one. I'd rather have the sniper with a playmaker than a two-way forward. So I'm actually going to switch this. I'm going to put Otteson on here. And I'm going to put Marlowe here. All right. That way you get your two-way forwards together playing the 4-on-4 line. And then Marlowe and Drouin. No, I want Drouin like that. And then I want Otteson out there because they're playing two different lines. And those snipers will step in there and just rip it. Phaneuf and Jerry, good to go. So I think we're set for the playoffs, guys. I think we're good to go. We're going to be taking on the New Jersey Devils. So when we come back to the next episode, that's what we'll be doing. Doing the playoffs, making a push for another Stanley Cup, hopefully. This is our 9th season, I believe. I think we'll probably only be doing one more. We'll get a vote going for the next BGM. And things will get exciting from there when we start with a new team. Alright, guys, so until next time, I'm Target Audience, and I'll see you guys out on the ice.